must realize you are doomed.
Dude, I don't know where this show is going at all. I mean, they're making your girl, Galandra, look like a damn Karen on this show. Straight up. How's it going, everybody? Thank you for joining the Scoundrels. David Rich here, and we're going to be reviewing episode 4 of Rings of Power. Rich. Another hour.
Another hour.
Another hour. Rings of Power. Here we go. Dude, straight up, man. What's your thoughts on this episode? I know you're a little heartbroken because they didn't have no Heartfoots on here, Heartfoots on here for you. But how did this episode go for you? What did you like?
This is actually my favorite episode so far. And
Really?
I think it might have been because the Heartfoots weren't on it, but it also showed a lot of different nostalgia things that people would recognize from the original Lord of the Rings trilogy, like the origin of Mithril, what the elves used to craft different things. Elrond and Dane found it and all that stuff, but we'll get into that later. But I like this episode because it brought some artifacts from the ones that we would know from the original trilogy into the show.
You know, this was okay. I still think episode 2 was probably my favorite episode so far still. Okay. And but I mean, yeah. I don't know how to describe this, my friend. I really don't. They're still dragging for me. They're still dragging a lot. I know we're missing the Heartfoots, but that also shows you like they can't even get out their main stories in 1 hour. You know how I'm thinking? Like, wow, they can't even get out their stories in 1 hour. And then when they do spend time on these stories, like we'll be on Galandra's story, and then they'll go straightly to, the Alderon story, and then 5 seconds later they'll be back on Galandra's story. I'm like, wait a second. It's like, for me, it's like, I don't even know if they should have just spent more time on just one, maybe. But they're spending a lot of going back and forth stuff a little bit, but then it's weird because they're taking their time on the story building itself. Yeah. But yet they're going back and forth. It's just the pacing is all off for me because it's slowed down, but yet once I start getting into a storyline, they go to a different one. And I think it is expanding the universe for me. For me, I'm a casual fan. You're definitely more of a more into the fandom than I am with Lord of the Rings. And I'll be perfectly honest. I didn't recognize anything. Yeah, I know what you said about certain things we recognize. I didn't recognize shit, man. I mean, straight up, I didn't recognize anything. Yeah. So anyways, as a casual fan, it's not really this show, and it's every episode that I've watched so far, I must admit. I've been pausing, doing something, or I'll come back to it later, or I'll come back to it the next day. I want to go to sleep, something like that. I keep pausing or I keep stopping. And to shows I'm really into, like the House of Dragon, I don't do that at all. Hey, hey, don't bother me. Don't fuck with me. I'm watching this show. This show is like, I got to put a pause on myself. I got to bother myself. Hey, you got to throw some water on your eyes a little bit here or there. But, and I get it. People like, you got to stop. I don't know if because, I understand we got to stop comparing it to other shows. And I know people are getting mad too, like the fans are getting mad. Like, stop comparing it to Lord of the Rings. When they say that, I'm like, isn't this part of that universe?
Yeah.
Isn't this a prequel type deal? Whether it's hundreds of years before Lord of the Rings happened or whatnot. I have no idea how many years. But I'm just
it's
like
200.
Yeah,
no,
that's House of Dragon.
That's House of Dragon. See, I got House of Dragons in the head
again. So it's like, okay, how can you say that? Lord of the Rings, Okay, this is how I feel with the Galandra story and everything else. Um, there, there's so many political things they're trying to do, but it's falling apart.
Mm-hmm.
Like you got their political beliefs, you got the Queen Regent and her political beliefs, you got Galandra's political beliefs, what she saw, whatever, the Elven's beliefs, and then you got Durin's beliefs, even though they're friends, and Eldaron are friends, and Durin, I think his name is the dwarf,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
they're good friends and they love each other, but they don't view the same political beliefs. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So they're going around, dancing around, kind of stretching the truth line a little bit to one another. And it's like, okay, that's not what Lord of the Rings was about. Lord of the Rings was a journey. It was an adventure.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not after 4 hours, 4 episodes, I'm not getting not one sense of that at all on this show.
Yeah.
Any thoughts what I'm saying right now? Or I don't want to like keep dissing on this
No,
thing.
yeah, people feel how they feel about this show. I'm on the same page as you, man. Like the last episode that we reviewed, I even said, it's got to start getting better, or I might just end up cutting it. I'm not gonna cut it
Mm-hmm.
because I'm already too far in. But like I said, this last episode, I'm not gonna lie, it drew me back in, man. It drew me back in,
Oh, okay.
and I understand what you're talking about too, because I felt the same way with like it's like stick to somebody. Like you're shuffling too much right now. You're shuffling. I think they had every single character in this episode besides the Harfoots. Like they
Yeah.
even brought back Arendir's girl, the mother with the kid, Theo.
Yes.
Um they brought
Mm-hmm.
her back. They did some more stuff with Isildur, and his sister and all that stuff. So I feel like they brought everybody in this one episode. But so the island or the island that Galadriel's on right now is Numenor.
Right.
So at the time of watching, even the last episode when they first landed on there, I didn't know too much about Numenor. I've heard it. I've heard about it like from different things, but I never knew too much about it. So I went to go check out this YouTube page called Nerd of the Rings. And guys, if you're a big Lord of the Rings fan, I think you guys should go follow this guy. He does like breakdowns of different things. Either way, I want to learn more about Numenor. And after watching that video that he posted, it got me really excited about where they can go with this show, man. I think that's probably why I'm more excited about what they're going to be doing in the future. But that vision that Muriel sees in the very beginning, remember when she's holding the baby and she
Yeah.
turns around and Numenor's just being flooded, and she doesn't know if that's like a prophecy or that that's for things to come if she makes the wrong decisions.
Mm-hmm.
So that got the description that Nerd of the Rings does about Numenor, it explains more of that kind of stuff, but it goes into depth of more about everything that happens on Numenor. So I'm excited to see where they take it. Hopefully they follow those steps that he was explaining on there. But
Mm-hmm.
like I said, this was my favorite episode so far.
Okay.
It definitely was my favorite episode so far. I mean,
Well, let's.
the show
Uh-huh.
stays looking fantastic too. I swear, man,
Mm-hmm.
the scenery. We talk about it. I feel in every episode or every episode we review,
Mm-hmm.
we bring up the scenery of how great it looks.
Yeah. I'm not saying I'm completely out of it. It's just with this the storytelling is just crazy. Like I felt like this episode was trying to get me there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, now it's getting interesting. Okay, they're building up to something here. Especially with the Galandria and the Queen Regent. I can't remember her name, so I call her Queen Regent because that's what she is. And it's like, okay, they're gonna get me there, and then they slow back down. It's like, oh, it was like a tease. Like, okay,
Yeah,
I felt like something was gonna get going here, and then it didn't. It just stalled. I'm like, ah, shit. So
yeah,
I'm hoping the payoff is gonna be pretty good. I really hope so. I hope it's worth the payoff, and because I'm gonna still stick with this. Like I said, I'm a casual fan. I didn't never read any of the books, but I
mm-hmm.
love Peter Jackson's portrayal of Lord of the Rings, and even The Hobbit I liked. you know, and I just feel like, you know, I need that adventure, I need that journey, so I need something that start happening here. Felt like we're stagnant at the same places right now, especially with Galandria. You know, that's your main focus, right? That was the
Yeah.
main focus of the show was Galandria, and I feel like they kind of, I feel like they did what they with Star, they're doing what's for me what they did what Star Wars did with Boba Fett.
Um.
They're making her look a little Karen-ish. She looks like a
Oh.
Karen to me. I mean, really, her telling, "Oh, this way, this way." Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna go to the higher management, to the
Yeah.
manager. I'm gonna go sneak and go get the king. Oh, he's sick. Oh, I'm so sorry. You know, and it's like, what the
Yeah.
hell? You know, it's like, oh, you're supposed to be this great leader, this great, you know, Glandria, and it's like they're making her not so great like how
Yeah.
we thought she was. Maybe she practiced, this is her practicing, this is her beginnings of how she became great because she learned how to
Yeah.
talk to people maybe and everything, but it's like, oh, she's just like a Karen to me right now. A little annoying on some of the antics that she does. It's like, really?
I gotta bring up this one scene, man, that I legit like had to rewind and be like, there's no way that they actually tried to have us believe that this happened. It's whenever they're taking Galadriel to lock her up, and she's got like 5 guards around her, and
Uh-huh.
then she makes a break for it to escape, and she pushes all of the guards, all 5 of them, into a cell and locks them up.
All five.
Like when that happened, I was like, "There's no way they're trying to have us believe that she could do that." Like she just got 5 guards and just pushed them into a cell and locked them up. Like like little scenes like that. It's just like, man, what were they even thinking right there?
Mm-hmm. No, I'm saying it was kind of a refresh not to see the Harfoots. I'm not gonna lie,
Yeah.
but so I mean, because I'm not really interested in those characters either. Not even the stranger. I'm like, I think he lacked his luster. Now that
Yeah, lost
every
his luster.
episode,
Yeah.
yeah. So you know, there's 4 episodes left. We're halfway through the series, so it's like, it's a slow
Mm.
burn. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
dissing, and I'm trying to not compare it to certain things, but
Yeah.
it is a slow burn for me as a casual fan. But I'm hoping, you know, like I love I love Doran and Elrond's story. Even that was starting to get a little slow, but it's, you know, I love their interaction with each other and their story going on. But I feel like it's slow, but then they don't stay on it. They go back to Galandra, and I feel like that just drags it more. And then even though I like this girl, you know, she's a very cute girl. The one, the daughter,
Mm-hmm.
forgot what was, you know, from the
Isildur. Yeah,
yeah,
Isildur's
daughter type deal.
sister. Yeah.
Oh, sister. I'm sorry. Yeah,
Yeah,
not daughter,
sister.
sister. Well, I don't think we really care who her love interest is right now. I mean, it just
Yeah,
felt like it
that
was like,
part.
did you really have to put her in here? Like, okay, yeah, she's eye candy for me, but it's like, come on. I mean, what's the point for her here? I mean,
Yeah.
really. So I'm just like, okay, they have time for that, but didn't have time for their main characters because it's their main characters of the Harfoots. Even though
Yeah.
we don't really care for them, trust me, we don't. But as of right now, hopefully their storyline gets picks up. But you know, it's just one of these. I'm having difficulty staying through
Engaged.
this.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm not saying this episode was bad. I'm saying this was okay. It's just I don't know. I don't know if I just gotta just buckle down and really pay attention and watch through and maybe, you know, find out what some of these things mean because I'm not so much into the lore like you, and it drives me crazy because it's like I see you in the lore, and I'm happy that you got a smile on your face even when you're talking about it. So
Hmm.
maybe I need to educate myself a little bit more and actually learn a little bit of the lore, you know, not and their names because clearly I don't know all these freaking names either. So as a casual fan, maybe it's a little difficult, but for
Yeah.
people who are into it, it seems like they're actually starting to get it and it's starting to click for them, which I'm happy for.
Yeah.
What else are you looking um, well the like the orc story I'm still digging. I'm
Yeah.
loving
Yeah.
that one thing, you know. I'm not saying that's totally bad. I'm just saying especially the Galandria stuff, it's just it's worming me out a little bit. It's like it did get me up there.
Yeah.
Then it brought me back down. I'm like, ah, shit, they didn't do anything.
Yeah.
So hopefully this next episode, if they put the work in it and,
I
and,
feel
and
I
tries me right
feel
back in it.
I feel like these next 4 episodes are going to be key, man. I feel like it is going to start picking up because it kind of has to. But the whole Stranger thing, I think that's going to be like a season finale reveal or something. Like they just been building it up too much with the Harfoots, so I feel like that's going to be more of a season ending reveal. So with Muriel, changing her mind and helping out Galadriel and them teaming up and everything. I feel that's gonna be key right there. So I'm actually really looking forward to the next episode.
Yeah, definitely. For sure about that, because I thought something was gonna happen then. I thought it was because
Yeah,
I was into that story when she had her look into her crystal ball or whatever, and she saw the premonition of the big giant wave. I think that's
yeah,
what the episode was called, even the Great Wave. I think
yeah.
it was
I think
called,
it
right?
was. Yeah,
And them coming at the Numenor or whatever it's called.
yeah.
And so yeah, it started getting me there, and then it kind of stopped a little bit for me. So hopefully they'll get back on there, and because I really want this, I really want this to work for me. I really do. I really
Hmm.
want this to work for me. So yeah, I'm holding on hope that next episode is going to be, definitely going to start picking it up for me as far as adventure wise and everything. And I do like the orcs, like I said, and the whole story over there. But yeah, I mean, I don't know how much more I could say about this show. You got any final thoughts on here, and or what you're expecting? And I know you.
If it,
Mhm.
I was about to say, if people are out there watching Rings of Power who haven't really watched the original trilogy and are just trying to give this a shot, I know I brought him up earlier, but guys, really check out Lord of the Rings. He'll educate you guys on all the stuff, Lord of the Rings. I know, Dave, you were talking about maybe you need to, learn some of the history of Lord of the Rings. This guy is the guy that will give you all the information you guys need. So that's all. That was my final thing to say.
Yeah, and everybody out there, what do you guys think? Are you on the fence? Are you a casual fan and a fence on my side, or are you kind of like a fan of into the lore like Rich is is appreciating what's coming up next and finding these little Easter eggs like
Hmm.
Rich has been finding? Are you
Yeah.
enjoying that? And leave your comments down below on which where are you more side of, or not side, but who are you more in favor of, mine or Rich's? Or if you're a casual fan or not,
Yeah.
leave your comments down below. And if you like this video, give us a thumbs up. We truly appreciate it because it helps this video very much, and we truly appreciate it. And
Hmm.
help us get to 500 subscribers and hit that subscribe button if you're new to this
Yes.
channel. We truly appreciate you guys. Rich, where can they find us at?
Guys, check out our description down below and click on our link tree. It's got links to everything that we're affiliated with, our TikTok, our Instagram, but most importantly, our Spotify and Apple Podcasts. If you are ever on the way to work or home from work or at the gym or just got some spare time, but you can't watch our YouTube videos, check us out on Apple Podcasts and our Spotify. We post all of our show reviews that we're watching at the moment, and all of our At the Helms we post on there. So yeah, check that out, guys.
All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us. This is the Scoundrels. Rings of Power Review. Dave and Rich.